Hey, welcome to another edition of the Roundtable, coming to you live from the WWDBTV studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Aaron, that's Rick, that's George. Thank you for watching us. If you're watching us on Facebook, thank you so very much. Of course, YouTube is always available. Download the WWDBTV app to your phone for Android, WWDBTV LV for your iPhones. Check out Roku in 72 hours for this show, as well as the many deluge plethora. Yes, sir.
I'm tired already. Just listen.
I have an announcement.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so Roku.
Have we been syndicated?
Yes. No.
Awesome.
But I just want to let everybody know that Roku, if you go to our Roku channel between now and the first of the year, you may find that sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. We're making a changeover for the first of the year.
Sounds like a personal problem. Hello, Bill from Pittsburgh.
It is a personal problem.
Well, you find it up, you find it down.
We're not going to change everything, but
all for the better.
And yes,
Because
one of the changes that they're making is we will now be using Google Analytics.
Woo!
So
when are they going to let us go live on Roku?
What's
No,
analytics?
ain't going to happen.
Google Analytics. Just more information
okay.
about our viewers.
Cool. They're much better. It gives us a lot better information.
Right on.
Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Thanks for shopping.
Thank you for your support.
Hello. Bill out in Pittsburgh, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. Donna, thank you for tuning in as always.
All right.
Real quickly, just a side program note. If you didn't see the promo late, we were hoping to have Fred Bolitnikoff on today. Unfortunately, we were notified last night very late that something has come up, that he had to take care of some business. We will eagerly anticipate rescheduling his visit with us because he wants to come on and talk about the Bolitnikoff Foundation, which is in honor of his daughter, and the great things that they're doing. So we apologize for that, but hey, family first. We'll get, hopefully Fred will, he lives in town, right?
No, he lives in California.
Oh, he lives in California. All right. Forever. Too bad. I thought he was here.
Yeah.
We got a whole new layout for chats and everything too. I see at the top and everything.
I like it.
Anyway, so yes. So hopefully we'll have Fred on. Instead, you're just stuck with us and John. So hopefully we can, hello from Pittsburgh. There you go. All right. So that's Fred. Now, how was your week since we last met? Have you recovered from last week's show? I had so much fun last week. I had to go back and watch the show so many times because we had a blast.
Yeah.
Not that we don't.
That's because I was gone. See?
Hey,
folks.
Last week
hey,
folks.
Here. Was I here last week?
Yeah.
I thought I was gone.
No.
See how he doesn't even pay attention to his own show.
Well, I had brain freeze, man.
Right.
That was after you left here. You left the
right.
next day. That was the thing. Right?
I got brain
He's
freeze.
still on cloud 9 with the Broncos.
Yeah,
Broncos.
Well, yeah, I think I had a little something to do with that,
I think,
but every time I go back, we played the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
I had a great game against the Kansas City Chiefs in my debut game against them at Odell. And so every time I go back and we play Kansas City, when I was inducted into the Broncos Ring of Honor, when I just went back for this whole deal, and we're beating their behinds, and I'm like, okay, I got the good luck charm and everybody. Everybody came over to me and started rubbing on me and stuff. Yeah, I was like, get off of me, man.
I heard the Denver loudspeakers and the game speakers. They played Taylor Swift music.
That's right.
Because Travis Kelce was walking off the field.
Well, here's the thing. Kansas City's out in Germany playing Miami this weekend. Did Taylor Swift make the trip?
No, she's getting her tour ready.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
she's
going on tour soon.
They used her plane to get there.
Yeah. Because they are tracking how this is a whole nother prop bet.
That's right.
For Kelce, his numbers they're comparing.
Hey, he's
before
been around.
her and
Stop. He's been around for years. He's a good tight end. It doesn't matter if she's there or not.
Oh, stop.
Well, the thing about it, I think she's the one, man, is the breadwinner in the house, I think.
Well, she's a billion. She just hit billionaire status a couple weeks ago.
I would think.
But Kelce's got 50 million reasons to be happy. He's okay.
I don't think he'll spend one of his NFL checks. What do you think?
I don't think he has to.
I don't think.
I hope at least he deposits them.
I hope
However, if one get lost, please send it to mail too.
We'll be on
but that was a great win for us, guys.
Absolutely,
it was. And hopefully, going into the second half, it will build some momentum. I know there's a lot of changes right now. just coming up on the
trade deadline.
Trade deadline.
Oh my gosh.
And let me tell you, a lot of folks are moving around, putting people in places, and some people don't have a job today. So
That's right.
there's a lot of movement going on in the National Football League right now.
There is, especially.
Yeah, we're looking right at you. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, it was about time. I hate to say it, but you guys in Denver know the same thing.
Yeah.
McDaniels did the same thing to you guys a decade ago as he did to us.
Yep, that's
So
right.
it was
He made
time.
NFL history. Did you read this?
Yeah, you see
The first NFL coach ever to be fired by 2 teams within the second season
Correct.
of their tenure.
Yes.
First NFL coach in history to do that.
Are you proud of that? Did he get a trophy?
He
What
got,
did
he
get?
got a participation
And-
trophy.
And we
He
were
got
just-
a little pink slip for
we
it.
were discussing this before we went on the air that, he turned down that job at Indianapolis a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
So I just don't think he'll ever.
He's not a
Be a
he's
head
not a
coach
head
ever
coach.
again.
He's not a head coach. And everybody that I talked to that played under him, he says his personality. It's his personality. It's almost like trying to be like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it's real
And
dull
and that doesn't go today
Right.
with these younger ball players.
Absolutely.
They have a different attitude. And once
Could
again,
you see Vince Lombardi if his linebacker his tight end at the time
What the
had a
hell are
singer
you on?
like
Yeah.
Taylor
Yeah.
Swift was?
Yeah.
Could you imagine Lombardi? Get her out! he'd be. It wouldn't exist.
it
at all.
wouldn't work.
Right.
Wouldn't work at all. All right, real quickly, this past week was Halloween, so hopefully everybody was safe and sound and did their thing. Say, did you guys do anything for Halloween?
No, I actually went home. I went off. I was SEMA that day. SEMA is a
Mhm.
big car show here in town.
Mhm.
You see a lot of people, 10, 20, 30,000. A lot of them were dressed up for Halloween that day.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you.
Were they dressed up as rich people?
Is Denise not? Honey, are you listening? Because, man, the females, oh my God. Not God, Gad. Oh my
my
God. Oh
Were
my
they the models though that they bring in for these shows?
That too.
Right.
That
exactly.
was, and then you had some of the attendees who were just
Right.
happy Halloween.
Happy.
Yeah,
Joy,
yeah.
joy.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. I still had my suit on, man. I mean, I was looking in the mirror. I said, "Oh gosh, boy, you need to take that stuff off for a minute."
Now I have it on good authority. We all know. I know you're a Superman fan, but I'll look past that. I'll look past that. You're a
I'm more of a Captain America.
oh yeah, you're guys. So we
Yeah.
got Captain America, we got Superman, of course, we have Batman. But here's something that you guys have yet to accomplish. We have a picture of the fact that Batman actually has subdued and captured one of his villains. We have it. The Joker has been captured by Batman, not only in Gotham City, but he was spotted here in Las Vegas this week.
Was
Got John Show
was
to
he
prove this
gambling?
reporter.
Was he?
No, he was in some room somewhere.
Dun, dun, dun.
There you have it. Batman has captured the Joker.
Yeah,
There
I
it
see.
is.
Yeah.
There it is right there.
Joker
Yeah.
was pretty young.
Yeah.
Well,
His reputation is completely blown out of
And
Oh.
Batman said, "Let me pick on somebody my size."
That's right. That's why he wins. He doesn't get these big Hulkamaniac guys. He gets people he can handle. So there you have it. The fine citizens of Gilbert Elementary School are now safe and sound from the Joker.
There
I'll
you
bet.
go.
It's a good thing Batman was
was
in.
Robin?
Where's Robin? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
okay.
that's what I'm looking for.
You know
I mean,
where,
he just
wait, you want to
leaving
know
him
where
out?
Robin was?
Yeah, where'd
I'll
he
tell
go?
you where Robin was. She was at Bozarth Elementary School.
Oh,
That's where Robin was.
Okay.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh,
She was.
she? I
That's
thought-
right. Well, listen,
What, did she have the back car with her?
Really?
she had the bat cycle.
Oh, the
Since-
back cycle. Oh,
Since when? Oh, Batgirl, you're talking about. I'm talking about Robin.
I know what you're talking about.
But
Robin
he
was-
replaced her with Batman. Well,
I
did.
replaced that Robin with a
Oh,
female Robin.
Equal opportunities.
My wife.
Robin.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
sense.
it. That's-
that makes sense.
So,
Hey,
all right.
wife.
So let me explain this. Because my wife's middle name is Robin.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And when I talk about my
That
wife in
makes
public
sense.
and on the air, I don't use her real first name. I protect the innocent.
well,
There
thank you
you
very
are.
much.
So I call her Robin. Hence,
But I think,
she is my Robin.
but I think I've met her before, and I think she can handle herself.
Oh, absolutely. There's
Pretty
no
well.
question she could be
Yes,
Wonder Woman.
yeah, man.
She is Wonder Woman.
She knows karate and crazy and all that stuff. doesn't she?
Yeah.
Crazy first,
She's crazy.
then
first,
karate.
Okay.
Then
Remember when I
karate.
first met Eileen? You know where I first met? Joe Canova's house.
Oh, that holiday party
Christmas-
down in
yeah,
Southern
Christmas
Highlands.
party. Yeah, whatever it was.
Gosh, with Ben and his
Hey,
and
fucking dots. Hey, hey.
oh,
That's what he said. That's what he would say. That's how I remember.
and I was drafted by the Brooklyn Dodgers. See, this is
Right.
here with all the is. See, there's Sandy Koufax there. There's Elston Howard there. There's
This is
all
one
these
of our,
guys. This is
mentors and timeshare.
he was
had
one of the
played-
managers.
he
And
had
I love
played
Joe
professional
Canova. I don't know if he's around, but
Yeah,
if he
he
is,
was
God
great.
bless
He
him.
was great. He was.
What about those Texans? Sorry, that would have been one
Texas
of the
Rangers.
But
I
what
had a
about the
feeling.
Texas?
Yeah.
64, 67 years?
63, I think.
63 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
long
they've been
time.
around?
They've been a lot. Well, they weren't originally
They
the
were,
Rangers. They
right.
they went through different maturations.
Right.
But you know what? The one thing about this World Series that I think is good for baseball, it was two unexpected teams.
That's right.
Parity in a way.
I
But
agree.
in baseball, not unlike football, when you get hot at the end of the season, anything can happen. Neither of these teams at the beginning of the year were really highly touted as potential World
Right.
Series teams. You had your typical Dodgers, Yankees, Braves, even the Phillies. But then all of a sudden, these teams get hot the second
How
half
many
of the year.
games did it go?
Huh? Oh, it went 4-1, went
That's
5
what I
games.
thought. Yeah, I
That's
didn't think
it.
it was very long. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
And Texas went 11-0 on the road.
Oh,
That's
That's
huge.
incredible,
That's
really.
that's huge.
Yeah.
during the playoffs.
That's
So
massive.
congratulations to my buddy Nate Miller. I think I talked about him last week. He is a friend of mine that used to host a show called The Basement Show with Nate Miller, and his co-host was Billy Ball. That's how I met
Right,
them.
okay.
He was a writer for one of these online subscription pieces that covered the Rangers. And he
There you
got
go.
passes for all the home games.
Very
And
cool.
so congratulations to all of Texas
Yeah.
for the win, because now it takes the heat off a little bit of the Cowgirls.
Nah,
I mean,
yeah,
Cowboys.
Right.
Um,
They've woke up in the last couple of weeks.
just one game.
We'll find out
This is the
weekend.
statement game. That's right.
Yeah.
This is called Statement Sunday in the NFL because there's 4 highly match. You got the Cowboys and Eagles. You got the Chiefs and the Dolphins. You have
The Jets and the Chargers.
no.
Oh, you don't like that?
No.
Giants at Raiders.
That's
a
nothing.
huge.
Oh.
That's what it is.
It's a huge one for what?
Coaching change.
Oh,
to see if the
please.
Raiders wake
You
up.
and I and Rick can go out there and coach and get the same results.
Let's go. I offered my services to the Raiders.
They
$1
just-
million a year,
They just
health insurance, and a place to stay.
Health, you need
and a
the health
place to
insurance?
to
Why?
stay.
Why would you need health
Well,
insurance?
you just never know.
Yeah.
You know,
in case he
Boner.
drowns with the Gatorade
In
bath.
case I get, yeah, right.
When-
Hey, who,
Or he trips taking the water out to the huddle.
right. Who was it? George.
on any given Sunday, right?
Who was the coach for the Redskins? George, back in the day.
Oh no,
He
George,
got-
was it George Allen?
Funny.
Yeah, and he had the water thrown on him, when he was coaching in California, he died of pneumonia. So yeah, I need health insurance.
Did he really?
You just never know, man. Out of there. Listen, $1 million a year, that's cheap.
He must have had
man.
some ailments anyway.
I was going to say,
Right.
he had pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. So yeah, I want to go. So Dolphins, Chiefs. I want to just quickly look at the games that they were. Oh,
Dolphins, Chiefs,
Seahawks,
that's the year.
Seahawks and Ravens is another key game.
Well, the Ravens are waking up.
And Bills and Bengals. That's another key game too.
Yeah,
So they're
both
really
those
counting-
teams are kind of.
Well, both
They've
those teams.
fallen
You
off
got
a little
Bills
bit.
that are 5-3, Bengals are 4-3, and Joe Burrow, man, he's
Hey.
he's 100% now.
Watch out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Six of
Are
them.
they off
But
this week?
I like the Jets.
They're off this week.
I
by
like
the
the
way.
They're,
Jets.
they're
The
actually
Jets-
waking up. I didn't think they would be here.
Wait a minute.
without-
Whoa,
That
whoa,
defense
okay,
is playing awful well.
Yeah, they are.
Wait a second. Do you really think the Jets are on a roll after that piss ass game last Sunday? That
I
was
do.
so flipping bad that we had to get overtime of that crap
I do.
game.
Surprisingly, without
I do.
Aaron Rodgers, they're better than I thought
I
they
do.
were going to be.
I
Do
do.
you really
I don't
think
really
Zach,
think-
Zach Wilson got the win? He threw some major important passes in 28 seconds. I mean, that last minute
Sometimes
Dable,
it
I would have
I
gone
do.
for 4th and 1 just to waste time on the clock.
takes a couple of games. Sometimes these guys wake up. It just kind of
I-
happens. Who
Yeah,
knows
but
if
Zach
the Jets
Wilson to Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I know.
But look at them. They're still.
I think halfway through the season. We're halfway through the season now,
Yep.
right? They are what, 4-4?
Yeah,
No,
they're-
I got it right here.
here.
4-3.
4-3.
Playing
At
the
this-
Chargers at 3-4.
At this
they
particular
could
time.
win that game. They
But
could.
We're only halfway through the season. A lot can happen. Even like with the Broncos, a lot can still happen with these last 8-9 games that we got sitting in front of us.
Yeah, it's true. I
Okay.
I've seen it
Again,
happen.
I know, and I said it before. It's like baseball. You get hot at the right time.
Right.
I get it. You get hot at the right time. The Jaguars are actually off this week. Niners, Lions, and Broncos are all off this week as your bye teams.
Injuries, now you can heal up.
So the Niners
get well.
needed it. They've lost 3 in a row.
Giants are in town against the Raiders.
Yeah.
You gave me a seat on the
The
toilet.
Giants,
Italy,
what?
They're in town against the Raiders.
Yeah.
The
Sunday.
Giants?
Yeah.
I have no intention of going.
Really?
Never-
Oh, hey,
I
look,
wish I could
he's
go.
bailing out on his boys
No, I
now.
bailed out last. I bailed
why
out
not?
last year when the schedule came out.
Oh, is that why you just wear the Golden Knights now? Is that why? And you got Minnesota on?
No,
there?
I don't have
Oh, I thought
Minnesota.
it looked like Minnesota.
No.
Gilbert
Golden-
Giraffes. Okay.
Oh,
This
Gilbert
is my
the Giraffe.
school. This is my school.
Oh,
The
okay.
Gilbert. Don't laugh at the Gilbert Giraffes.
The Giraffes. That's the mascot.
Mhm.
Do they play football?
Well, what they have is they have a soccer team, elementary soccer, and they play like a round robin flag football.
Giraffes play soccer?
Well, sure, they grade it with headers if you get the ball up there.
But guys, here's the thing. Honestly and truthfully, halfway into the season, what you look for is the team that's the healthiest at that particular time. Because going into that second phase in that ordeal, that's where you're going to find yourself getting to the playoffs.
Right.
And most teams coming down the road in the second half, their season gets tougher.
What about Minnesota now without?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Injuries, man, play a big part. If you're not healthy, man, in that second half, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Period. But if you're healthy, the healthiest team is going to be the team, man. The teams that are going to play for the championship.
Real quickly before I'm sorry,
in that particular division, I think Detroit now, with Kirk Cousins going down, that just helps Detroit.
Detroit though was being looked at as a big NFC team this year, regardless. And I'm glad they came back to win the way that they did after getting drubbed the week before by Baltimore. I just think having Minnesota losing Cousins just has everybody else drop back further. I don't think that's going to change the trajectory of the Lions right now. All right, real quickly before we go to break, do you have a very special birthday wish you'd like to put out there today? Did I not see something on Facebook of a family member, a grandson of somebody?
Yeah, Brady, my grandson Brady, man. This is the last. This is the last of his 20s. He's 29, and so he's getting ready to jump the broom, man, next year. And then I want to send a happy anniversary out to my son, our son, him and his wife Cammie, and I think it's been about 30 years that they've been married.
Wow. I saw the post this week.
Yeah. So, hey, congratulations to you guys. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary to you guys, man. Love you guys.
Right on. All right. With that, it's time to step aside for our first break because when we come back, we're going to talk about something Governor Lombardo signed this week here in town, as well as what's the status of our culinary workers with Formula One coming up. You're watching the Roundtable. That is George. That's Rick. I'm me. Figure that part out. We'll be right back.
You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery. I've got to have it.
So colorful.
I can't live without it. You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery.
Hi, I'm John P.G. Stiles. Some people call me JPEG. You can probably guess why. I'm the founder and partner at WWDBTV. Does your business need a commercial, or do you already have one and you just want to get the message out there? Do you need a sizzle reel? Do you need an audition tape for a part that you're up for? Or have you ever thought about hosting your own show? Well, this is the place, WWDBTV.
Zero.
Please help the homeless, as you saw in that last commercial.
That's right.
Welcome back to the Roundtable. That is it. Listen, that's John JPEG Stiles. He's the owner of the establishment.
Yes.
And he does great work here.
Yes,
So
he does.
seriously, check it out, WWDBTV.com. By the way, if you're watching, you want to call in and join the craziness that we do, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
702-992-3200.
He's the owner of the establishment. Where's the shots? Bring the shots.
Yeah, exactly. Shots are on him. He'll bring water. Be careful.
Water.
Water.
Yeah.
Water.
Oh,
Hey,
speaking
water.
of water, Rick has this Rick's Rant water.
Oh, you
thing.
want to go there first? Okay.
Oh, I have a rant for
Well,
sure.
we've been
welcome
talking
to our
about
new
water.
segment called Rick's Rants.
Rick's Rants.
Rick Rants.
Rick Rants.
Yeah, well, as Las Vegas increasingly finds ways to decrease their water usage, right? Massive amounts are still being soaked up by those in a list of 100, man, obtained by investigators, right? Okay, this time around, it's a home. It's a home that's available for $25 million.
But this comes from what, the wealthy using more than they need?
They're using more water than what they're supposed to.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
They're over there limited.
There's rules.
But not for them.
You and you
But not-
and me and him.
But not for the Sultan of Brunei.
Yeah, the Sultan of
All right,
Brunei.
Sultan. We must have Sultan in our
Yeah,
names, I guess.
and look, he has a house that's available right now for sale for $25 million.
That's all? That's
$25
cheap.
million. I think between us and the folks that are listening, I think we can put our nickels and coins together.
They get at least $1.50.
Well, there's enough
Jesus
rooms there. I
Christ,
mean,
I got like
That would
20,
make a great timeshare
$20
property,
and
wouldn't it?
50
yes,
cents.
it
Yeah, but
would.
we can't afford the water bill.
And we can-
Look,
Airbnb.
Wait, I
Look,
know somebody who might
this-
pay for it.
this
Take
place,
care of the internet too.
this place has 25 bedrooms.
25.
It has 46 bathrooms.
That-
One
I don't
bathroom
s-
per week.
Yes. And it has 16 garages. It has 3 pools. And
They're
it
all
chugs this amount of water.
All right, let's hit it.
13,109,000 gallons of water in 2022.
Let me see.
For a year?
13
For
million
a
gallons
year.
of water in 2022. Holy shit.
That
My
so
God, 13 million
us as
gallons.
common people, we're only supposed to use about 900, 950, 960
A month or a
Because-
year?
a year.
Jesus.
And
That's
because
all?
and because yes,
Just
and
seems like it
because
sounds
and
like it's not a
because
lot.
we were in a
drought.
severe drought,
Mhm.
right? So now you say now everybody's saying, well, the water's back and that, but we're
94%.
still in the desert,
Yes.
right?
No question.
So why this for me? Why would you want to use up all your water when you've seen what's happened in the past?
Mhm.
It's not going to get any better. But I'm just saying.
What's
So the
average-
rest of us, we're not supposed to use that much. I'm talking about the Adelsons. I'm talking
Right.
about the Sheldons, Sheldon
Wins.
Adelson. I'm looking at all these folks, man, that are using up all. There's a list
Is
of
the mayor
100
on there?
people.
I'm just kidding. Do they have the mayor on that?
Do they have the mayor? I haven't seen the
I'm just
mayor.
curious.
I haven't seen the mayor, but I'm sure he.
Fertitas,
But I'm sure he.
They're
The
fine.
Fertitas,
I'm sure they're
the
on.
Malous,
Yeah, I'm
all of
sure
those.
they're on.
That 13,
John Stiles on that list?
John Stiles is on
that
there as
13
well. I
that
just saw.
13 million a year is over 35,000 gallons a day.
Now, how many gallons shower? How much is, I'm trying to think.
Seven.
7
Seven?
gallons?
I was going to say 5.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
7.
So you're talking about the Fajita guy, right? Or
Yeah,
whatever his name
Fertitta.
is, Fertitta.
Fertitta.
And that old deal. There he is, right there. Lorenzo.
Yes, that's the youngest. I know.
Wow. 8 million gallons in 2022.
Yep.
8 million.
Wow. Dana White, UFC,
Well,
Yep.
6.3 million gallons.
And
He's
then
on
the
the
family
list.
trust. Remember we
Oh,
talk
and the
about his
Fertitta
love all the time.
I have to show you something after the show about
Okay.
that.
All right.
So between the Fertitta family and the Fertitta Trust alone, 8
Wow.
million and another. So they're using almost as much as that other guy by himself.
wow.
Wow.
What's this? The elevation of
but
Lake
what I'm
Mead.
saying is, if they find you over what you're supposed to be using, you get fined, right? And that hurts us. But these folks with all of that money, right, folks? These folks with all that money, do you think they care?
So I take it they're
Find
watering.
me.
They're watering on Sundays. I take it.
Yeah, there's no water patrol in Spanish trails.
Right.
This guy, the Sultan, the Sultan of Brunei, he has grass on his roofs.
Well,
I mean,
Why?
when you're worth
Just
100
why in the first
billion,
place?
because he can, I would think.
So here's one on here that I really like. I'm going to make a really stupid joke here, so I'm forewarning everybody.
Great.
So
cut your mic off.
you turn it off now. David Copperfield's Disappearing Ink. That's the name of his company.
Okay.
He has so far made 2,863,000 gallons of water disappear in 2020.
Wow. That's a bad dude, huh?
That's funny.
I
I
wanna
told you it's going to be a bad joke. Told you.
I want to
My
meet
God.
him. I want to meet him. If he can make me disappear, doggone it.
Right.
Jeez.
Well, here-
I mean, but for me,
Yeah.
that's just greed. Greed, man, destroys everything, right? Greed has destroyed civilizations.
Floyd Mayweather, 2.4 million gallons. This is 100 names in just in our
100
games. And
So I'm
and
looking. Go ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
I'm saying to myself, when is enough enough?
Right.
Why is it that everybody, man, is saying, "Well, I'm beyond. I'm not within approach of staying within the rules."
Right.
Well, it says
Yeah.
here since 2000, Lake Mead has dropped 150 feet. The elevation of Lake Mead has dropped.
And that's why we see that white band around.
Right.
Right. So guys,
I remember when the band wasn't there.
Me too. In '88, it wasn't when I lived here.
Another
When I first
Fertitta.
went boating
Right.
out there,
right, Victoria.
those water, what
Phil
are they, by the
Ruffin, music
dam, you
producer.
couldn't
Yeah,
even
Phil
see them.
Ruffin.
Wow.
Yeah. So guys, and then we have more people now that are coming here to Las
2.5
Vegas,
million.
right?
They keep coming.
They keep coming. It's growing.
We're talking
Going
about
out
30 or 40,000 people a month.
a month. So what does that do? That pulls off of the
Right.
aquifer that we do have coming off of Mount Charleston, when it rains up there and the snow and it melts, that runs down into Lake Mead,
Well,
right?
can you imagine over the next 20,
Wow.
30 years, you can grow north, you can grow south forever.
Right,
In California, you can go another 30 miles.
right,
North, same thing.
right. But the more you pull off the aquifer, the less water
Right.
that you're going to have, right?
They're going to find some way with technology. I can't see us running out of water.
I don't
anytime.
ever think we'll run out of water in my lifetime.
The casinos won't allow it. They're not, the rich people will not allow
What are they
it.
going to do? Recycle the water, the pee water? We go and pee and they
Well,
recycle
don't they do
it?
that? Theoretically, that's what they already do through the filtration of water companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, really?
Yeah.
So I'm drinking your pee, huh?
Yeah,
Hope
it
you
might
like
be.
it.
Oh,
That might be.
add a little vodka, dog.
Hey, listen, I don't drink. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's watered down because I drink so much
I'm
water.
just
No,
saying,
yeah, it's-
how far are we going to extend ourselves in that whole deal? I mean, for me, everybody's talking about exploration, and we're going out to Mars.
Mhm.
Right.
We're going to different planets and that whole
But
deal.
we can't figure out how to keep water.
They're not telling us, but they're not telling us the truth and what's really going on here. Are we depleting our precious metals? Are we depleting our water? Are we depleting our forest? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We are. Our forest down in, which is our lung, right?
Right.
Down in the Amazon.
The rainforest.
Yeah. They've
Cutting all the
almost
trees
taken it all the
down.
way out.
Right.
And that's our lung that cleans our air.
Mhm.
Guys, let me tell you something, man. We are going to be the destruction of ourselves.
Well, that's I believe.
I'm
That's usually how it is in history. The humans always find a way to screw things up.
That's true.
eventually.
John, daringly.
Mr. History.
No. This is a little known fact, but it's true. You know, all the asteroids that are out there
Mm-hmm.
between here and the different planets,
Right.
they are mostly ice.
Mm-hmm.
And so the plan is that using hydrogen to power some of the spacecraft, these asteroids will be used as a refueling station. And those asteroids can be mined to bring water back to the planet. And the other thing is, water never disappears.
It just
It
recycles
changes
through the clouds.
form,
Right.
recycles, and it moves from one place to another.
Mhm.
But we're not going to ever have less water on the planet. Well, unless we blow this shit up. But
Right.
Wait, that's
Right.
coming soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Hey, man. Every
It is
time
something of concern,
it is
for sure.
of concern. You know, you have certain regions like out here, we're in the desert.
oh,
When
yeah.
you're talking about, man, what is it, Death Valley out there, and that they're one of the hottest,
That's on
spots
Earth.
on the earth,
Yeah.
man. There's not much water there, gang.
Well,
Not
maybe-
at all.
Maybe
Y'all
soon.
moving to Florida.
I can believe that, and it's too hot down there.
That's close to
Humid.
what I was going to say.
More than
but
anything.
I'm not going to finish what I was going to
But
say.
anyway, guys,
Yes, no, I
I'm
think
just saying.
It's an interesting story because that list of 100 people, how many names on there I know or we know from being in this town
Right.
is just absurd.
It is.
I'm glad John's name's not on there.
Yeah, well, John, I think he's embarking on it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh,
Woofy.
before I forget, on a side note, I meant to open with this past, and I don't mean to change from that topic
Change it.
to a little
Sure,
sadder
that's
topic.
okay.
Yes, you do.
Change
Yes, I
that
do.
mother humper,
Because I can.
as Rick said.
The last week, we lost two very significant people, one in the college sports arena, and one in the acting world. Of course, the great NCAA basketball coach from Indiana, Bobby Knight, passed
Oh,
away.
yeah, can you believe that?
83. Was he sick?
Yeah.
I think he was sick, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Or was it-
well,
he was
when
a
you're
little
83, you're
okay.
83.
Well, 83, by a lot of standards, is still relatively young. John's 96. Look what's done for him.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't cut him short.
Right.
Okay,
And
literally.
Right.
I am not a moil. Don't worry about it, John. You're safe. And then, of course, the actor Matthew
Wait, done
Perry.
already.
It's
Oh, man. We'll see.
Matthew Perry. Was it? That was this week.
Yeah. We had Suzanne Summers last week.
Susan, did we talk about her last
Yeah, a
week?
little bit.
A little bit. But Matthew Perry is what, 53?
54.
54?
Well, he had such abused drugs all his early life when
Right.
he had all that money on friends, and even though they said he was clean the last couple, I mean, your body can only take so much.
Well, they
And he
said
was
he-
up to 55.
They said he drowned
He
in
was
his
in
hot
the
tub.
jacuzzi, yeah.
But I don't
Waiting
think,
for the toxicology.
I was going to say toxicology
Well, they-
reports haven't come out yet.
They said he was playing pickleball earlier in the day, and
Okay.
sometimes when you have health issues like him, he had some heart issues, and when you play a couple hours playing pickleball, you go home and get into a jacuzzi.
Right. You get a heart, your blood pressure drops. You get a
Yeah,
heart
and
attack.
so they said it's possible he had a heart attack and passed out and drowned in his own
Yeah.
the water in the And the
So
jacuzzi.
thoughts and prayers go out to both of those families.
I got one more.
Okay.
Gentleman that helps us with our cancer drive up in Craig, Colorado.
Okay.
Up there, and who usually comes and he's a part of what we do. And he was my guy, man, playing back for Phoenix. And that's Walter Davis. Walter Davis just passed away, 69 years old. He had diabetes, and they said he passed away of natural causes back home in North Carolina, man. Great guy. Hey, guys, one of the best guys in the whole wide world. They called him the Greyhound because he could get up and down that court so fast.
Right on. I got one more to add now that you think about it. Our good friend Jennifer McCord, who watches our shows a lot from Hawaii, her father passed away this past week. He's been ill in Texas for a couple of years, and she messaged me earlier this week that he passed. So thoughts and prayers go out to all these families and those we don't know.
Right.
The families that lost their lives in the Middle East.
Yes.
Whoever's out there, that military personnel.
Yes.
All of our thoughts and prayers go out to all of them.
Live up, man.
All right, let's get to some local Vegas news. The big one there's two, but I'm going to go with the fact that we have Formula One here coming in soon, right?
Yeah.
And there's been
3
talk.
weeks away.
There's been talk the last couple of weeks, almost couple of months, about the culinary union and hotel and hospitality workers. Well, they voted that come November 10th, if there's nothing new in place, they will go on strike, and 18 casinos will be affected. So here's who they are: the Aria, Bellagio, Excalibur, Luxor, Mandalay Bay, MGM, New York, Park MGM, Caesars Palace, Flamingo, Harrah's, Horseshoe, Paris, Las Vegas, Planet Hollywood, the Cromwell, the Link, Wynn, and Encore Resorts. This will be a cluster. I should have brought my
It's going to
F-bomb
be
thing.
the biggest biggest strike ever if it have the largest.
Some 30,000 potential
35
people on
plus.
strike, right?
They're not going to let that happen.
I don't think it's going to.
That's not going to happen. Look, Vegas loves money, right?
Mhm.
And they want everything to be creme a la creme when these folks come in. You're talking about Sultans, your Prince, Kings, all of these folks coming in. They want to make sure that this thing, man, is glamorous. It's to the T, right? That's not good. I don't believe a strike is going to happen. And if it does, boy, they're not very smart business.
I got a
people,
portable
really.
grill. I can cook 12 hamburgers at a time if you want.
Right.
You guys bring the dogs and buns.
Hey, man, I got a George Foreman grill
Right.
too, man.
Me too. We got one.
I can cook too.
The culinary union is with funding to support workers during a potential strike. The
Who
union
is?
said it is in great shape. The culinary union said it's in great
What
shape.
is? I didn't hear the beginning. I'm sorry.
With funding to support
okay.
workers.
In case.
They have enough money
Gotcha.
that they're
They
in
can go
great
through.
shape if it happens.
Yeah, okay.
So they're not worried.
Now-
But I think they're going to work something out. You have to.
Well, here's the thing that bothers me now that as I'm hearing this, and it just hit on me. Right now, we're talking about the culinary union and dealing with their. Why are we not talking about the teachers anymore? We're not hearing much. Now, there hasn't been any negotiations recently, but now that this is happening in the news, we're not hearing about the fact that the teachers are doing everything they can, from quote unquote going out on strike to stay in the classroom, to work the way that they need to educate our kids. And all of a sudden, we're not talking about the union issue with them. Why not? I mean, again,
Well,
it still
in
bothers
this
me.
town, education is not as important as sin, sex, drugs.
No. But here's the thing: who's going to be working in those casinos in 15 years? The kids that are uneducated.
That's
And
right.
when you have these dealers are working in the cashier's booth and they can't subtract change properly, or jaws come up short
by then
because they
they
can't
have
do
the-
math and they can't read,
That's right.
that's
Computers
the
do
problem.
that shit now. I mean, they
Well,
can-
not if
right.
I get that, but there's still going to be human beings involved.
95% of the union members authorized the strike. That's
Oh, for
pretty
the culinary
significant.
union?
That's nice.
That's a lot of
pretty
people.
Well, they're
significant,
standing.
man.
They're standing strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're not
absolutely.
fragmented.
No,
I don't know. I don't
absolutely.
see the casinos. I mean, they're not going to let it happen. They can't. I mean, the F1's coming. You can't. All that stuff. We're already. My company's already starting to do F1 stuff at the Sphere.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the Sphere during F1. I think. I don't know yet.
Are you going to have a view of anything over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they got that. They got the shields up
I'm
and
going to have
everything,
the
man.
view of everything.
Well, did you hear about on the crossover bridges? on
Yeah,
the
I
boulevard,
saw that.
they had the sheeting on it
That's
to try to block
petty.
it.
How
People are
petty.
pulling them down.
Yeah, how petty is F1?
Well,
Really? Come
They-
on,
They
man.
want every look. Remember, I just talked to you about greed, bro. Greed doesn't just stop, man, with watering your.
You can't walk on you can't walk on a cross bridge across from casino.
No,
And allow to be able to see it.
it's
Just for a
about
second.
money. If you want to see this, man, remember everybody. Vegas is about dollars, about money. And the bottom line is when their stockholders and those folks see the bottom dollar, they want to see that they made significant dollars out of this whole situation.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, between this race and Super Bowl, the windfall in this town in that 4 or 5, the 3 November, December, 4-month period.
for them.
Well, for the state.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to come in
Right,
as
couple
gross revenue. And that's not just gambling. We're talking about revenue through the airport. We're talking about revenue at the venues,
Yes.
Restaurants,
all of that
yeah,
stuff.
everything.
And then the restaurant, before they even plop a dollar into a machine.
That's right.
If this is not a
The
multiple,
dispensaries.
if this is not a multiple tens of billions of dollars revenue,
Yes.
maybe it's going to be in the 100 billions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a disappointing event if we can't get there. John?
Right.
I just read an article here a couple days ago about the taxi cab authority.
Oh, yes, tipping.
No.
Oh, yeah, I read that one too about the
They're
taxes.
raising the rates during the F1.
It's because of a
course they-
surcharge.
Yeah.
They're adding it for
Yeah.
tipping and to get it around the F1.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Imagine what Uber and Lyft could possibly do at that time too. But you can't get anywhere around the strip.
You cannot.
That's
You
the
just
thing.
say you're not going
That's
to be.
it.
I see a message come up. Patrick, good to see you, buddy. I always enjoy your subjects and your critical thinking on our local matters. Critical
thinking.
We're just
I know he's
critical.
not talking about.
No, I was gonna say we're just critical.
I thought that was illegal.
Right? Being critical. Well, in some countries, it is.
Oh no,
You
that's
guys are
that's
telling
a
me.
CR. Yeah.
That's right. Well, thank you, Patrick, as
boy.
always.
Critical.
No, but seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about this. So get it. How about the workers? They settle this thing, this 35,000 color. How about the people that have to go to work at the casinos? Where are they going to park in Pahrump and get a shuttle to go to the casino?
Yep.
For SEMA.
Whatever it takes.
For SEMA, we have.
Whatever it
Yeah,
takes.
yeah. No, I agree.
They have a shuttle now
Yeah.
for SEMA at the Applebee's on Maryland and Dion.
Oh, I know where that is. Yeah.
And they have. That's where the shuttle has to pick up some of the employees. and
But
bring
that's
them.
relatively
That's not-
close, though.
Yes, it is. It's
I
not
know where
far
that
out.
is.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's down by the hospital. I mean,
Right.
that's. But I mean, you got 3.5 miles in and around Las Vegas Boulevard. Not only the Strip, but all the streets around.
Koval.
Everything that's your thoroughfares to get in and out. Even you mentioned Koval. How many of our casinos on that side of the Strip? The employees have to use Koval to get to the employee entrances.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I
It's
tell
gonna
you what, we need. You know what we need? We need to get somebody who's got a helicopter. We need to get into that helicopter and report the traffic from up there and
Wouldn't that
watch
be awesome?
everybody trying to get to work. Not that the TV stations aren't going to do that anyway,
Right.
but we need to put our own spin on it. My God, that's going to be. But yes, John,
Anybody remember when Caesar's Palace did the Formula One races?
it was a
there in town?
catastrophe.
That was back in the early
It
80s,
was
wasn't
a
it?
catastrophe, just like this one's going to be. You watch.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, isn't it? Can you imagine the people that are going to be here? I mean, just trying to get around alone is going to be a mess.
Yes.
It's going to be horrible.
The goal for me was to stay away from
And
there
then-
until
and-
January 1st.
And then,
I do that
then
anyway.
when you have swing shifts or people are getting ready to switch shifts,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Is the race running at night, or is it a daytime race?
I did stay to 16th through the 18th. I think it's
Something's
it's not
going
like
on.
a 24-hour Le Mans.
No, I know it's not that, but I thought something over that weekend. What maybe it was a qualifying round that's going on at midnight the first night. Something in that weekend for some reason is telling me that there's a night race going on. I'm looking for. Oh, that's right. Looking forward to being a volunteer ambassador with the Super Bowl. That's right. Welcoming the teams. Yes, unbelievable revenue will be generated in Las Vegas. Yeah, Patrick is an
Right, I saw
ambassador.
that. Yeah.
So that will be fun. It's just
Me too, Patrick.
too
I
bad.
went to,
Too bad the Packers aren't in it for you.
I just went about a month ago. I had to fill out credentials for Super Bowl.
Right.
Just
Yeah,
in case.
I did too.
Just in case.
I had to
don't-
just fill
I
them
don't
out.
really want to work.
And I know Mikey, we're going to meet with you, man. We need to talk with you, Mikey.
Please.
So we're
Mikey,
going to get with
please.
you real soon so that we can get ourselves, man,
Involved.
taken care of.
I won't wear any Raiders
Nobody
stuff,
said
I
anything.
promise.
Nobody said anything to me about credentials.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to get your credentials.
Well, this is totally different. I mean, if I
The voice has no credentials.
Yes, you do.
you do, you're a
You, have,
credential.
you are a credential.
Yeah,
I'm a crutch
So
also.
you're-
Anyway,
a crutchental.
a crutchental. That's exactly. All right. One last topic before we go to break. And then after break, we got America Speaks. And then
Good
we're going to
one
make
today, too.
NFL picks and everything else. All right, George, I sent this to you lovingly this past
Yes,
week.
and I was lovingly happy.
Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo. I'm so excited. Joe Lombardo to sign letter to NCAA seeking change in transgender athlete policy. Lombardo's effort is politically motivated and furthers discrimination against transgender people, says Jeremy Mankey of Our Center Reno, a nonprofit up in there supporting the LGBTQ
Shut
community.
your mouth, Jeremy.
Nevada governor is one of 9 governors to sign this letter asking for policy changes. It cites Title IX, the civil rights law that prohibits sex-based discrimination in schools that receive federal funds and that has been used to promote and expand women's sports and collegiate levels. Science proves that is fundamentally unfair for a biological male to compete against a biological female. That does not change when someone declares themselves as being of a different
Ding, 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 ding.
gender.
The winner, Joe Lombardo. It's true. I care the transgender community. You can do whatever you like. That's fine. Well, you live your life, but you cannot play with the girls in collegiate sports. Sorry. It just can't happen.
The letter also cites the National Institutes for Health finding that on average, there's a 10% difference between the top performing males and females in athletic competition.
Did you know what was her name? The fastest.
Allison Felix.
Yeah, she's the
That's
fastest track star.
Yep.
Female track star. There's 100 high school kids, male, that can run faster than her record.
That paragraph is in here, and she's got 25 Olympic and World Championship medals. Let's see, that's all in the article. The reason why is simple. Biological men are generally taller, faster, stronger, and have more testosterone than biological women. The letter says this puts women, through no fault of their own, at a disadvantage when they are required to compete against a biological male.
I agree.
Correcto.
I agree 100%.
Even Caitlyn Jenner will agree.
I don't care what you do.
She would.
I don't care what you do to try and change. You know what I'm saying? You still, man, you're still a man.
Right. There is no female that can run a 4.24. Okay. There's plenty of college kids out there, even high school kids now can run that.
Right.
You ran a 4.2.
Right.
Man, that's fast. I mean, I just don't
Plus,
see.
it's one where you can do it with the wind at your back. You know, when
That's
you have
right.
the wind pushing you.
Put a dress on him and let him race against.
As matter of fact, it was a big one. I think the wind was about 50 miles an hour too.
Were you generating your own wind as
Yes,
you were running
yes,
too?
sir.
It's just the right. There we go.
It's called jet propulsion, man.
Yeah. But it's true. It's not. I don't think it has anything to do with politics. It's just human nature. The way God or whoever you believe in built a woman and a man. It's just the way it is.
I agree. And once again, it's not fair.
Right.
What a man needs to run in a man's,
Competition.
Sport. Yeah, competition. And a woman needs to be competitive against another woman.
Right.
What are we trying to prove here? That's my question. So what are you trying to prove? That you can beat a man and all that type of stuff? If a woman went in the ring, man, with Muhammad Ali, right? And fought, Mike Tyson.
Right.
And they went in to fight with Mike Tyson. How long would the fight last?
0.2 seconds.
Maybe 0.2 seconds, right? Because we saw what he did to men.
Oh, yeah.
Men bigger than him.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So what are you trying to prove saying that, hey, I can compete against Aaron. I can compete against Aaron because I'm macho.
It's okay to have segregated sports. It's okay. It's okay.
Why
There's
you want to be?
nothing wrong with it.
Why is it that now we got a woman's got to challenge us now, and they know doggone good and well that it's not going to happen unless you beat up on your husband at home or something.
Right.
You ever share a shower with a lady?
I have. But I'm just.
There are differences.
That's what I mean. You want to compete, bet them on the same team. Imagine the view. Whoa.
Folks, help us, would you please?
Jeez. All right, we're going to step aside for our last break because when we come back, it's America Speaks and NFL picks from us, which, by the way, a little disclaimer, if you want to win, do opposite of what we suggest. That's that way.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get rich off of us. We're
Nope.
going to have fun anyway. TRT will be right back. Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double 8 Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double 8 Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.chelsea 88designstudio.com. Let 88 Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business.
Benedict Arnold.
Benedict. Oh, coming from this.
Welcome back to the round table. Oh my lordy. All right. It is I'm telling you folks, one of these days, John is going to surprise the crap out of us. He's going to keep the mics hot.
Oh, yeah.
And here are which actually will be notified by Donna that we
I
need.
want to maintain my license.
That's
Coming in hot, baby.
License.
Coming in hot.
On the
There's no
internet, you
license
can
on the
do
internet.
whatever. Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
on
but
the
Donna
internet.
will yell at us.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
afraid
that's
of
true.
Donna.
You know,
more
she's
than
got
the FCC.
sensitive
Yeah,
ears.
I guess. Yeah.
Real sensitive.
All right.
She have them
I
covered.
don't care about the segregation in sports. I don't want Donna coming.
Right, exactly. That's my point. She could not have been happy in the cold last week.
Does she still?
As a matter of fact, she started laughing when I got home. She said, "Didn't I roust you guys up a little bit?" I said, "Yes, you did."
All right, it is time now for where we get to interact with your comments.
Oh, no.
It is now time for America Speaks.
That is. There was no.
America Speaks.
Insurrection.
Insurrection.
Okay.
It's a blue ointment that helps.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is America Speaks. This is your segment where we take your comments and read them live between the three of us. And I thought today might be kind of
Yes. Okay.
fun. We have a lot of people that wealthy. We talked about the wealthiest
water.
people, the water.
Yes.
We talked about the rich and the wealthy.
Yes.
If you were rich, had all this money, 20, 30, 40, 50 million, would you set up your children for when they're
Yes.
if you died? Would you set them up, or would
Absolutely.
you tell them no, you can't have a dime of it?
No, I would set them up. Don't we live to help support our children so they get better than us?
Well,
I
this
absolutely will.
particular
Right.
article is, I guess, Marie Osmond, Ashton Kutcher, a couple of other stars have come out and said that they were not going to leave their children anything. That self-worth is a real important quality to have in a person. I mean, you can still have self-worth and be rich. You don't have to go out there and bust your butt for 90 hours a week every day for 20 years to feel self-worth or to make any money.
Mhm.
But Ashton Kutcher's worth a couple $100 million. They're going to set up a little trust fund, but they're not going to leave the majority of their money.
Mhm.
Bill Gates said the same thing. He'll leave each kid. I think he said he's going to leave each child $10 million. Okay, poor kids.
I was going to say.
But he's worth $150 billion, and they were going to give the rest to charity.
Okay. Okay.
So here's
No
some of America. Here's some of your comments about that. If you were rich, would you leave your money to your children? Blue collar family man, of course, right off the bat. She wants to take it with her when she goes, folks. That's typical of a Hollywood liberal. Okay. I am Canadian. Why has Fox been running this story for so long? Most people don't care. Okay, here's Cliff second. Who cares about the money? Oh my God, she's still so smoking hot. Let's have a raffle to win a date with her.
Who, Marie Osmond?
Yeah, she's hot. She's my age.
Do you
62.
know?
Thank you to
do you know-
Nutrisystem.
Yeah. Do you know how much
Money in
Botox?
makeup.
Have you ever heard of Botox?
I have heard
Her
of it.
face, man, look like they
I was
swole
going
her
to say,
face up.
and what would she look like without all the
It
makeup?
does. Oh, I know. I heard. Zipper
Well, I guess if you close
34B.
your eyes, they can look anything you want.
Merry
Right.
Christmas.
Zipper 34B.
No
It
light
is
on
her
it.
money. If she detests her little monsters, it's her business. She can leave it to Rocky the Flying Squirrel for all I care. She doesn't have to leave her money for anyone. What do you guys think? Again, you
Of
have
them?
20, 30
I
million.
think
Or what I
Bullwinkle
would-
needs to get his
Bullwinkle.
share, too.
Hey,
What would you
Rocky.
do? How would you set him up? Would you, when you I would hear, here's the whole 30 million, or would you have
remember,
a fund where you would set him up every 5 years? They would get
no,
something.
no. But listen, my, and I'll use my real world. My daughters are 30. So God willing, I'm on this earth another 20, 30 years. When I die, they're going to be my age now.
Right.
And so because I only have two daughters, we already have it done. My wife and I have a trust. Everything's going to be split 50-50.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
and my future house to be, even though it's one house, it'll be left to them. And whatever they decide to do, they can sell and split the
Right.
profits.
Oh, good. Something for him to fight over.
Well, again, right. Well, again, it's
And I'll
funny.
be watching from above.
That's right.
You deserve this.
It's like
I don't hear you.
older.
La, 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 la,
That's
la.
right. I think older children. I mean, if your parents were extremely wealthy and they died and you were 25 years old,
That's
and they
different.
left you $50 million,
Then
would
it'll be
you-
an
would-
annual
would-
payout.
Right.
I'd
Yeah,
be paying
I think so.
$1.50 a month.
Now, if you were 45 or 50 and had already been established and working for the last 25 years, and your 90-year-old parents die and leave you that kind of money, that's different because your mindset and there's wisdom there. You've had years.
Well,
of
it's not the same
working.
thing when somebody wins the mega bucks and you're 40, 50, 60 years old and you win $300 gazillion. At a certain age, you're going to say, hell yeah, give me the lump sum, take the taxes.
Right.
I'll still walk away with 7, 8,
That's
9 figures.
Right.
Right.
But if I'm 20 and I hit for 300 million, you know what? Pay me an annual installment for 25 years. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Hit by
Right.
a car 3
Yeah.
weeks later.
Right.
Well, I better have my will set up.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
is what it is. Yeah, yeah.
Well, here's BFMM. I think Marie already spent most of her fortune on cosmetic surgery and is too embarrassed to admit it.
Oh yeah, girlfriend, man, she
How
got
old-
it all
how old
tightened
is
up.
she? John, can you look up how old she
62.
is?
She's my age.
Marie Osmond?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Only 62?
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
just watching.
And what she got, 20 or 30 kids?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think she's got about 7 or 8.
Eight or nine.
They're
yeah.
Mormons, aren't they?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
got 8 or 9.
So does she have
One
more than one
died.
husband?
I don't know
No,
about that
here's-
one. I'm not going
She
there.
was.
But
She got married to a basketball player. Her first marriage.
Did she?
Then they had a few kids. Then she got married a second time. They had a few kids. Then she remarried the first husband. He played basketball. I forgot what his name was, but they got remarried a second time. They've been together.
Lemon.
Right. Oh God.
they look like me.
Curly
Right.
Neal?
Yeah, just like me. The kids look like
Marie
me.
Osmond's parents. Rest in peace. How about Chris 954? So it's impossible to inherit money and become successful. Meaning that if you left that money, that would, if you wanted to do something in your life, you would have the money to start something. But again, if you go out there and make something, then somebody's just always going to bite you. And they go, well, you had all the money anyway.
I think in this day and age, as a side note to what you just said there, I think it's harder in this day and age to create your own something, a business. It's not like
It is.
30, 40, 50, 60 years ago or back in the day when Henry Ford developed the car. Things were society and cost is so different that I think you got someone coming out of college or in their 30s right now to say, you know what, I want to work for myself. What can you do feasibly, financially sound if you don't already have backers and investors or whatever?
right.
I think it's hard.
It is.
How can you not
Almost
work?
impossible.
Yeah, how
Well, they
can you
were
not
talking-
set up get a job for 40 hours a week and get a job just over broke?
You
That's
mentioned
right.
Henry Ford. They were talking back in the 19th century, early 20th
Mhm.
century, the Vanderbilts, the Morgans,
Yeah.
the Chases,
Carnegie's.
Carnegies, when they made all that money. The first generation made all the money.
Mm-hmm.
The second generation built upon it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third generation
Spent it.
Of course they did.
You
Of course
know,
they did. They're
so-
like, man, shoot, how you like me now?
That's
Right.
right.
I mean, I'm not getting political, but let's look at the Trump family and that
Right.
whole deal. I mean, the money and that whole deal that this gentleman made in that whole deal and passing it, down to the kids. I don't know how much is going to be left,
right.
after all
Sure.
these episodes and that whole deal. But that's
You
his
say
dad.
attorney fees? Is that what you're talking about?
Millions.
Is that what you mean?
Right.
You mean
Yeah.
attorney fees?
Yeah,
Theoretically.
I'm talking about those.
Hypothetically.
Right.
But here's the
On both
thing.
sides.
Well, Rudy's still waiting on his though.
The check's in the mail.
He's done.
But here's the thing. I know how I am was as a parent having my kids grow up. If they were to get a boatload of money left to them by their grandparents or whatever, if they got complacent and I was still around, I'd kick their ass.
Right.
You're not going to sit back and do nothing while you have tens of millions of dollars in the bank. It makes life easier, but you're not going to sit back and do
Find
nothing.
something
That's
to
just
do
me.
to enjoy.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Wait. Let's go back to the Bible. Let's go back to the word and that whole deal. And we talk about the prodigal son, right?
Mhm.
You had here. There was the two sons, right?
Right.
The two sons, and Dad says, "Hey, man, here's what I'm going to give each of you guys this and that whole deal. And what I want you to do is go out and make it multiply and make it grow and that whole deal." The one son did what? He went out and he started a business and made it grow and took
The
care
right
of it.
thing.
Then the other son over here on this side went out. I mean, he was out there
Hookers,
getting busy.
baby.
Yeah. And he just used it up and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm broke now. What am I going to do?
Right.
What am I?" He went back home and his dad opened his arms up and says, "Come on back in, son. I still love you." So there's two sides to
Right.
it. And I know that if you love your children
That's right.
unconditionally,
It's
That's
not
right.
going to matter.
it's not going to matter.
Right.
But if you have expectations on what they should do and how they should handle this money that you worked hard for to get passed down to them, there's going to be a problem, man.
Now I won't have time to read all, but there's over 2,600 comments.
That's 6 minutes.
Here's one
Good, we
called.
got to get to NFL picks.
Right, well, here's one more. Here's D. Marin. I don't have children, but I was planning on leaving whatever I had to my brothers and their kids and grandkids. They weren't going to get rich off of what I left, but it would be a helping hand in maybe making a down payment on a house or buying a car. Unfortunately, medical issues late in life forced an early retirement, and additional medical issues will now leave me with a pile of debt and wipe out just about all of my reserve. Maybe she should reconsider and leave them all something for an emergency. You just can't predict the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
That's a great point right there.
That's a great point.
All the plans in the world mean nothing if something changes in
Right.
within a short
Especially
time.
health.
That's
yeah.
it.
Especially because of health. Absolutely. All right, we only have a few minutes left. So what do we say we make some NFL picks?
Okay.
We've made so much money the last 2
What do they
weeks.
call
with our picks.
Yeah, I'm broke.
Procrastinators? What do they call
Prognosticators.
Prognosticators.
What is
Fix
that?
your teeth, will you?
Yeah, prog.
People who make picks.
Yeah,
Prognosticators.
Yeah, okay.
Versus not protagonists or procrastinators.
Right, prog.
Only reason I said it is because I'm from the hood, and you just left me behind when you said
Oh
that.
shit!
Any words greater than 3 syllables, you're in trouble.
The hood in Iowa. Right,
We call them bookies.
That's,
right.
that he understands. All right, tonight, Titans going to Pittsburgh. Titans 3-4, Steelers 4-3. Prime time
In
on
Pittsburgh,
Prime Video in Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna have to take Pittsburgh only because it's home.
They are. Did you hear the latest phrase with him? They are Tomlinsoning their ways to win
Yeah.
because they ain't leading in any
Nothing.
offensive categories,
Too
No.
bad.
and yet they're
I'm
winning.
I'm going with the Titans.
Okay.
I'm going with Titans.
Because I
Um,
picked Pittsburgh.
No, bro, it had nothing to do with you, man. But yeah, anyway.
I love the throwback jerseys last week to see the Titans in the old
They
Houston.
played
Yeah,
Rockets.
Houston. It was
That
great, wasn't it?
And
That was great.
you know what the thing with me and I'm going to take Tennessee only because anytime you have Derrick Henry on your team,
Yeah,
I'll take
okay.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sunday morning, very early, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, Kansas City giving a 1.5 to the Dolphins in Germany. It's a home game for the
First
Chiefs.
time ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. After what happened in Denver with the Chiefs, I just don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row. I just don't see it.
Well, let me tell you
Dolphins are a
something.
good team.
The only reason I say this, there's a guy right now that's over 1,000 yards right now, and that's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
And he's torching and killing everyone. But then what they're going to probably try and do is take him away. But then you got Waddle, and then you got this whole track meet on offense, man, that is just absolutely killing everybody, just stunning them.
No, Miami is.
Their
a good team.
defense,
They
their
are.
defense is not bad at all. And so I'm looking at Tyreek Hill saying, I'm coming, I want you guys. I want to make sure that I leave an impression on you guys that I was the best thing that
Right,
you
that
guys
you ever
lost.
had.
And
Right.
I'm going with the Miami Dolphins.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Okay. I'm going to take Miami as well because this is a statement game really for the Dolphins.
That's right.
We could be looking at an AFC championship matchup pre-championship.
Possible.
And the Dolphins, they're both 6-2. Yeah, the Chiefs probably last week in Denver, with all due respect, was an anomaly, a small little blip
Yeah.
on their
happens.
screen.
The good teams always have 1 or 2.
Mahomes was sick and all that stuff, but I'm still going to take the Dolphins. All right, Vikings go into Atlanta against the Falcons. Atlanta giving 4 points. Of course, we know the Vikings have given away, not given away. Kirk Cousins got hurt; he's lost for the year. Vikings, Falcons.
Oh, right now with Kirk Cousins out and
Yeah.
Kurt, he for their offense, I think he was the guy. I'm going with
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Me too.
I'm going with
Me
Atlanta.
too. I'll pick Atlanta.
I'll
They're
take
a good
Atlanta as
team.
well.
Atlanta's a good team.
Arizona going into Cleveland. Cardinals, Browns.
Cleveland,
I'm going
of
with
course.
Cleveland.
Me too.
Cardinals can't
Easy
even
enough.
beat their way out of a doggone wet bag.
I
All right.
agree. The Rams going into Wisconsin. Packers. Patrick, sorry about
The
this.
Rams have been a disappointment this year, but I still think they're better than Green Bay.
And they're going into the Packers.
Yeah.
I'm going with Green Bay.
I'm
at
taking the
home.
Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams because Jordan Love has been too inconsistent.
Right.
Washington going to New England. Interesting fact that we were talking about before.
Oh, which I don't think Rick was in the room when we discussed it.
We have to make it quick. We're down.
Okay.
I'm
to
going
10
with
minutes.
Washington.
Yeah, me too.
I like them. I like they're playing good football.
Belichick's name is coming up for potentially taking over the Commanders next year.
Oh, okay.
Chicago and going into New Orleans.
I'm
Hey,
going with New Orleans.
Have to. Cars, they're only 4-4, but they're in the first place in
Right.
the division.
Saints going into
Bears
Baltimore.
are horrible.
Saints, Baltimore, going into Baltimore. That West.
What'd you say? Say
Seattle,
in Baltimore.
Ravens.
Okay.
West Coast coming East Coast is never.
The
Oh,
Ravens
boy.
are on a roll. They've woke up.
I'm
Yeah.
going to take the Ravens.
I'm going with Ravens as well.
Me too.
Buccaneers, Texans.
I'm going with Buccaneers.
Yeah,
I think
me too.
Buccaneers will
Yeah, I
win.
think so.
All right, I'll agree with that. Colts, Panthers. Colts going into the Panthers.
I'm going with Panthers.
Me too. Panthers.
Panthers are 1-6, and they're getting 2.5.
They're getting better. They're playing
I'd say
better
Panthers
football.
at home.
All right, Giants and the Raiders. Giants in town.
Gots to, man.
Well, what about
Oh,
you, man?
stop.
Hey,
Good point.
your eyes aren't gleaming like you like
you see the tears?
Yeah.
You see the tears?
The new head coach, the new GM.
Well, there is
Is he gonna make
there
a
is something
statement
next
that-
on this.
We're going to release one more.
Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach
Right.
of the Raiders, was
was a giant Super
Super Bowl
Bowl
winning
champ.
champion linebacker.
Yes, he
There's a little
was.
tug there.
right.
But just for the sake of homer picks, I'll take the Giants. I have to.
You have to.
Jones is going to start again.
Oh,
Cowboys.
wait. He didn't. Rick didn't say.
I'm going with
Oh, I'm
Giants.
sorry. I thought
I'm
you
going
did.
with Giants.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right, there you go. Just because he hates the Raiders that much. That's
Yes,
why.
sir.
Yeah, I-
Cowboys going into Philadelphia. Eagles.
Woo,
I'm
baby.
gonna take the Eagles.
Me
at
too.
home.
That's
I
going
have
to be
to
one
pick-
outstanding game. It's going to be
Eagles.
close. It's going to be close, guys. I'm telling you. The defense, man, for the Cowboys, they're playing exceptional
They are.
right now. Dak he's on a roll. He's finding CD Lamb and his receivers, and they're moving the football. But I still got to go with Philly.
Okay. Bills going into Cincinnati.
Cincinnati at home.
Cincinnati at home.
Cincinnati at home Monday night. Chargers coming into MetLife Stadium taking on the Jets.
I'm going with
That's
Jets.
going to be a great game. Jets at home.
I'll take the Jets as much as I like Herbert, the quarterback of San Diego. All right. With that, thank you for watching. Just a quick little programming note. These two guys are going to hold down the fort next week. Without me, I will be
God, are we
back east visiting family. God help us all. I hope to come back to a show. Final thoughts, real quickly.
Keep your head above water, guys. We know how it's going out there. Just stay happy and do what you have to do to live.
Life is a bowl of cherries. Don't take the pits.
Okay. Be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on the Round Table. Thank you for watching.